I was brushing my teeth alone in the campground bathhouse when a scream ripped through the dark. I ran to the window. The porch light lit an empty clearing. No people, nothing moving but the trees. I almost laughed at myself, jumping at shadows while my sister and her friend put out the campfire back at our site. I went back to the sink, but the second I picked up my toothbrush, a low growl rolled in, and it dropped right out of my hand. Whatever was out there, I wasn't going to hide in here and wait for it to find me. My brain went straight to bear, or maybe a rabid coyote. The growl came again. Longer this time, with more screaming behind it, and a woman's voice cut through the trees. "Somebody call the park ranger." I pressed my face to the window, but the tree line was a black wall, and the wind was throwing everything around. I grabbed for my phone, and my pocket was empty. I'd left it charging back at the campsite, so nobody knew I was in here and nobody was coming. In the corner by the showers stood a janitor's mop in a yellow bucket. I wrapped both hands around the handle until my knuckles went white. I crept to the door and let my hand hover over the knob. That was when I heard a scream that sounded exactly like my sister. I sucked in a breath, yanked the door open, and burst out into the night with the mop over my head, screaming my lungs out. A scream went off right beside me, and I spun toward it. A little kid, maybe 10, was sitting against the wall by the door, a tablet glowing in his lap, both arms thrown over his head. "Please don't hurt me." I lowered the mop. "Didn't you hear all that screaming? Why are you just sitting out here?" He turned the tablet around to show me. On the screen, a woman in a campground sprinted away from a man in the worst bear costume I'd ever seen, screaming her head off. The kid just shrugged. I was watching a show. It's the only spot with Wi-Fi. I jabbed the mop toward the door and told him he had 10 seconds to get back to his tent. I came in ready to fight off a bear and left herding a 10-year-old to bed with a mop.